This is going to be fantastic.
Marriage.
Oh my gosh. And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standard, the podcast celebrating all the amazing things you can do while sitting, whether it's watching movies, enjoying television, or playing games. I am one of your hosts, David Bray. I'm joined, as always, by Gerald Bales.
Hi.
And two special guests, the wives of Sit Down Standard. We have Sarah Flores Bales.
Hello.
And we have Alyssa Bray, my wife.
Hi.
Because Sarah's already been on the show. She's like a veteran.
She's a veteran.
She's got backstage passes at this
I'm
point.
the grandma at this point.
She was giving me tips on what to do.
So I'm excited, but I'm also equally scared for this episode.
It's going to be so spontaneous. We don't know what's going to go on.
But we're going to start the show. First, I always tell everybody on the beginning of the show, if you don't know, we broadcast the podcast live on Periscope. We do a Q&A before. We found out some interesting things, our favorite beverages to drink, libations, if you will, at bars. And other... What?
It's a good word. It's a good word, libations.
That's like the 20s.
But we talk about stuff beforehand, and then you can watch the show live. Also, if you're listening to the audio version, go to YouTube. What are you doing? And watch us live. You can see all of our beautiful faces.
Or just stick to the audio podcast because you've seen our faces.
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
don't want to be scared
We'll
away.
pretty up the podcast this week.
We're doing that.
but-
We're bringing the pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on, we're gonna start with the same thing. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Ba-da-da-da.
You just add a little thing every week.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Eventually, I'm gonna have a full orchestra.
Where's our
behind us.
instruments?
We are,
That was a good face,
our
instruments.
Yeah, our budget got cut.
Aiden ran out of toys for us to borrow.
He was like,
Buy
No.
that kid more toys.
I know,
What-
I got the xylophone back. It was out of tune. Like, no, never again.
There was a key that was broken.
all right, since we're gonna go ladies first, I'm gonna ask both of you because you had an interesting thing you did earlier last week. What you guys doing? What you doing, guys?
So last week we had Sit Down Standard Wives Crazy Night Out. YOLO.
YOLO night.
Yeah,
YOLO GNO,
night.
Girls
So
Night Out.
yeah, we went to the Smith Center, which is a performing arts center, and originally we were going to go see a show about Billie Holiday.
Not a guy, by the way.
not a
I
guy.
learned.
You really didn't know who Billie Holiday?
No, I got it confused with Buddy Holly.
Like at that
They
point, like
sound-
I was like
they
that
sound
close to being
exactly
like,
the
this is done. Like I
Like, here's
can't.
the papers I've had
Yeah.
drafted for
Yeah.
years.
Sorry.
That's awesome.
So, Alyssa was chatting up some girls that were walking with us.
Nice.
Found out.
Me chatting up girls?
Nice, David.
Like I said, excited and scared all at the same time. Keep going. So what? So you chatted up some girls.
She found out that they were going to see a production of Cinderella and had gotten some pretty cheap tickets.
Nice.
So I told Alyssa, if they still have them available, would you want to go? Of course, yes.
You have to. It's an audio podcast too, babe. You have to say
It's
the
amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
So we get there and I asked them, do you have any tickets left? And the lady was like, yeah, right here in the balcony. And I was like, we'll take 2.
YOLO.
YOLO.
Cinderella. You guys are living it up.
Yeah, total YOLO style. Who doesn't YOLO like that? So we get there. Show starts. Apparently it's a ballet.
And you had no idea.
We had no
knew?
idea. We thought it was a
Surprise
play.
ballet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did
No
they
song.
have like a poster of like people dancing, like looking like ballerinas?
I mean,
and
I
stuff, and
guess
that didn't
so,
click?
Maybe, but we're not
we're-
observant.
Yeah.
So
This was YOLO, okay? That's
Yeah,
what
it's like, I
happens
don't
when
care.
you YOLO night.
I don't care.
it happened so fast, I was frazzled.
I
Nice.
just want to see Cinderella.
So was it good? That's the question.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
It was-
I enjoyed it.
There's no singing. There's no talking.
mm-mm.
It's all just expressed through the art of dance.
It reminded me of my ballet days because I danced growing up, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. You miss it?
just- yeah.
Is it true they like shove your feet into the tiny little shoes? That's the
Yes.
only. Is it like it's like brutal, right?
Yeah, your feet are bruised and your toenails fall off.
Oh,
Jeez,
That's why I'm not in the business anymore.
your precious toenails. But it was good. You guys would recommend it. You give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I was genuinely happy at is it intermission? Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
That's a
When I
bad
looked
thing
at-
to say about a play.
I looked at Sarah and I was like, "Did you know it was a ballet?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Phew."
Thank God. All right. So what else are you guys doing? What are you doing, Sarah? What'd you do for the weekend or for this last week? What you doing?
I've been playing some Churchill Solitaire.
Okay, we talked about this slightly on the podcast, I think. What the heck is Churchill Solitaire?
Okay, so apparently the story is Donald Rumsfeld
Okay.
learned from some other foreign delegate, I don't know who.
Dignitary, if you will.
Yes,
There
exactly.
you
Who
go.
learned from Churchill himself how to play this particular version of Solitaire that Churchill himself had made up. And he basically said, it keeps my mind fresh or something weird like that.
Interesting.
So Donald Rumsfeld worked with this app person creator.
Wait,
whatever
Donald
they do.
Rumsfeld made this game?
He didn't make the
worked
game, but
with
he
the
was
person.
involved with he was like a title as like a creative
Yeah.
director or
Oh,
something.
that's kind of cool. All right.
Yeah, so basically you accrue so many points and then you move up in the military, kind of like Churchill did. So like right now I think I'm like lieutenant colonel or something
Nice.
like that.
Wow.
When do you preemptively invade Iraq in this game? On
Well,
false
this is
pretenses.
Churchill, so I mean,
Where's the WMDs?
Do we need to salute you?
Yeah.
When you walk in a room?
5-star general.
Yeah,
so, wait,
so-
okay, so it's obviously it's the basis. I'm guessing is a solitaire based game, but what additional things can other than moving
it's
up?
it is 2 decks at the same time.
Oh, jeez,
And
that's so many
there's
jokes.
so many cards.
Sorry,
Yes,
Damn it, David.
2 decks.
at the same time.
Decks at the same time.
Okay, keep going.
And then you
Good thing
have
you don't intermix
Yeah.
those vowels.
Okay, so what do we
and
got?
so and then at the top are 6 additional cards, but you can't move those cards until they can go into where the other cards go, like the aces and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're essentially kind of working without 6 cards, and you have to be able to.
Time it just right to play those 6
Yeah.
cards at the right time. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And are the cards, do they have like cool artwork on them? Like,
No.
oh, it's just aces and
Yeah.
spades.
Yeah, I was kind of
Come
hoping
on,
they would have
Rumsfeld.
like Churchill's face on it or something. But it's kind of cool because, like I said, every time you move up a level, like it tells you, oh, you know, at this time Churchill was in this country or whatever.
So it
and he's
interlaces
doing this.
history in the
yeah.
game. That's kind of cool.
That's
And it's like
awesome.
right up my alley, so I really
Yeah,
like
you're a
Mm-hmm.
big WW2 fan, right?
I am, yeah.
Big buff
You
of
are.
that.
A little bit.
Alyssa, you play games. I want to talk about because now
Do
that
I
we
play games? Yes.
Mind
I'm married
games.
to
Mind
you.
games. She has a wife after all. Am I right, David? Am I right?
No. No.
I'm married to you.
Okay, so real quick, I wanted to talk. You like to play what are they called? Time management games.
Time management games.
You-
I like being stressed.
I don't
I'm like, those games make me so anxious I can't play them.
like Diner Dash. You played that a lot, right? Where
I've
you're-
played Wedding Dash, Diner Dash, Cupcake Dash. There's a Salon Dash. There's a Hotel Dash.
Oh my goodness.
You want me to
No,
continue?
it's funny because I'll be like, she's like staring at the iPad, like shaking while she's playing.
Like,
I'm
why
like-
is this fun?
It's like Halo, though. When we play Halo, we're like screaming at the
That's
screen
true.
and we're sweating. That's what her Halo is. It's Diner Dash. But it's funny because like you started now playing board games.
So I have moved up in the world of board games.
Okay, good job.
I haven't done time management in a long time.
It's okay. You're in a safe place.
I know. I've started to realize there's certain board games we play as a group that I suck at.
Yes.
Like genuinely, and I'm embarrassed by it.
It's
So,
okay. We all have that game.
David downloaded a few, like Splendor.
Splendor, yeah. It's
Oh my gosh,
here on the wall.
I'm awful at that game, and I hate.
It's the gems one.
I
right?
hate losing.
Yeah, in that game, you're essentially gathering these chips that are gems, and then you trade them in to buy cards, which give you more gems. So it's this like engine building game. But
nice
Alyssa,
pieces, right?
Yeah.
Nice
yeah,
plastic.
everything's
Yeah,
really
I
nice
like
in
that
it.
game.
But Alyssa, I'm gonna be honest, you are not good at that game.
My brain can't wrap around.
I don't
I
know.
just
if-
can't do
It's
it.
weird because we play other games that have that same mechanic, and you pick up on it. But for
Yeah.
some, I don't know. You're just like the gems are so pretty.
So
I think it's sort of
all I
shiny
want
things.
is the white shiny diamonds, and I was like, you don't need diamonds, you need the red rubies. So
Nice.
So I've been practicing that game. I'm getting better. I'm coming for you, Jordan, because you always beat me.
Yeah, Jordan does beat her a lot
Yeah.
in that game.
And then Battle Line.
Yeah, there's a 2-player card game that we play called Battle Line. It's a fantastic game. It's
Yeah.
one of those games, kind of like your Solitaire or your Churchill Solitaire. It's like a simple game, but it's like deep and like playing it over and over and over again. You get slightly better each time. But in this game, it's a 2-player game, and you're laying cards like in front of you, and then they're laying cards, and you're trying to create battalions of cards for this flag that's in the center. And if you play certain cards, you can get the flag. And it's just one of those games that's it's hard to explain because it's so simple. But they have an app version on the iPad, right? And you're like absolutely obsessed, right?
Obsessed.
But yeah, so anything else?
That's what I've been doing.
We saw a movie. I thought you wanted to talk about that.
We saw Deadpool with this beautiful couple. to
Deadpool's
our
good.
right.
We covered it
Very
last
good.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check out
yeah.
our thoughts on that one.
And then
But
we-
real quick, you guys didn't get a chance to talk about it. Did you guys like? Because you guys aren't huge comic book fans, right? I mean, you're big Ryan Reynolds
I've never
fans.
read
Let's
a
go-
comic book in my life.
Ryan Reynolds abs fan. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you guys think?
I liked it.
I liked it.
I understand it's not for some people. I understand that it's definitely not for children, but I personally liked it. It's just a lot of my kind of humor. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely like. And did you guys know anything about Deadpool beforehand?
No.
I knew that they were coming out with commercials and different ads and stuff like that were like kind of tongue in cheek but that's all I had known about Deadpool. I didn't know anything.
Anything
else.
about the character? Or
No,
anything
I didn't know
comics?
anything. No.
I'm genuinely surprised of how well it's doing. I
I
thought it
thought
would
too.
do well, but I didn't think like it would break every record for a rated R movie. And like,
February record. And...
that's
I'm
cr-
excited for the next one.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I genuinely want to see it.
Yeah,
They
you
have
even
cable
said-
in it.
Yeah, and you said after you watched it, you were like, I wanted to watch, but now that you've digested, you want to watch it even more, right?
Yeah, like
you
I
wanna
want to
watch
go
it
back
again.
and watch. Like, it was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's cool. I think what people are saying it's nice to like kind of like shake up the genre of superhero. It's not that traditional like introduce bad guy conflict. It's I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not.
Backstory.
Yeah, it's very. It's like I said, go see it. If you haven't seen it already, go see it. If you've seen it, go see it again.
Is it true that someone leaked the footage from inside to get people excited for it?
Yeah,
'Cause
so-
they weren't able to get excited about
Yeah,
it.
so there was a CG, like the car scene at the very beginning. So that was part of a CG only test footage for this movie that was sent to 20th Century Fox that they all worked on with Ryan Reynolds for a pitch for this movie. And that leaked out. I don't know if it was quote unquote leaked out,
Right.
but it definitely drove a lot of popularity for the movie and got a lot of fans excited for like a true Deadpool movie. And that's, and Ryan Reynolds said, from leaked test footage to this, like he owes it all to the fans. And yeah.
That's because the fans are amazing and we pay for everything.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. So Gerald, what you doing?
I got a couple things. We saw a movie as well last week. We saw Hail Caesar. It's a new Coen Brothers joint starring, what's it got? George Clooney in it. It's got the Clunes. It's got Scarlett Johansson. It's got Channing Tatum. Josh Brolin is the lead. Jonah Hill's in it for a little bit. A lot of stars. That's really good. It's kind of like your ode to old Hollywood. What did you think, Sarah?
I liked it. It's it was like you said, like an ode to old 1950s Hollywood. So there's just a lot of the scenes that they had some of the actors in while they were filming was pretty great, and I really liked it.
But so the Coen Brothers, like, what are some of the other movies they've done?
So, like, as a Coen Brothers movie, it's definitely not my favorite, not even close, but it's still a really solid movie, but it's just because they make so many good movies. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Fargo.
No Country for Old Men, Fargo, Burn After Reading, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah,
Aren't
lots
those a
of.
lot of dark comedies?
Dark comedies, that's kind of like their niche, like
And I'm
Fargo.
pretty sure
and
Raising
Burn After Reading.
Arizona was one of them. Huh.
Yeah,
And
so
Nicolas
it's a
Cage.
lot of dark comedies, but and a lot of like twists in their movies. This one was more of a movie for everybody, which is fine. Like I said, it was still a really good movie. It wasn't one of my favorites of theirs. But that's just because they have so many really, really good movies.
But the general synopsis: George Clooney's like one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. He gets kidnapped, and then they send a ransom note to the studio so they can finish the movie. Is that am I
kind of? It's weird. There's a lot of interjecting storylines in this movie. Honestly, it's just the story about Josh Brolin who runs the studio. It's his movie. Or his character story.
That's
and
weird.
it's the different things that he has to deal with. It's
Voldemort
just-
is in the movie.
Yes, he is in the movie. It's just one of the things he has to deal with is George Clooney getting kidnapped. But that's not the main plot line of the movie.
Okay.
But there's definitely some little twists and turns here. It is funny. There's some funny stuff. There's a good bit with Channing Tatum and like a tap dancing bit, and he's a sailor. And
It's
Yes.
weird. It's really weird with Channing Tatum
No,
because
isn't it Channing Tatum?
Yes,
Sarah said.
that's what I said last night.
Okay.
Yes.
Quote Sarah.
but it's weird because obviously, I think his big break was those Step Up movies, right? Step Up. But
he was in those. I never.
Yeah, he
I
was
don't
in. He was in the
dance.
first one, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like he's an incredible dancer. Like he's like no joke.
this
Actually,
is a
good.
Magic Mike and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
You know
that's
what? I was thinking
there's
though.
so
So
much
his
dancing.
dancing that he did in this movie was kind of like old, like kind of like Fred Astaire-ish type of
It was a
dance
musical
scene.
bit.
Yeah,
Gregory
musical
Hines.
that they definitely would have done at that time. And I was thinking, you know what? We should bring more of that back. I would love to see more actors dance like this. Like that would be amazing.
With class.
yeah, exactly.
class.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
with
tired
ass.
of these stupid step up movies. I don't even watch them. But I mean, if we could bring back like something like that, I would go watch the shit out of that.
One of the reviews I saw for the movie said that scene alone, that musical scene, that tap dancing scene and stuff of him could have deserved an Oscar on its own. It's just
Yeah.
that good.
It was
Oh,
really
wow,
good.
really?
I
That
really liked
classic,
it.
and it had like a lot of like the inside sailor Navy jokes and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. You have to be this, but it's really, really good movie. I recommend everyone go see it.
Were the costumes good?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
They were definitely good.
Or the
They were-
wardrobe? I can't
Wardrobe.
say
You know
that.
what's funny is
Wardrobe.
I
can't
was
say
telling
that
Gerald,
word.
I was like, this because I really like retro things. So what I know he's watching the movie for the content of the movie, but literally there are some scenes where I was thinking, oh man, I wonder where the costume designer got that. I wonder
Right.
if they went to this website or if they went to this particular person on Etsy to buy that from. Like,
Or
Real
if they
meta.
made it from scratch.
yeah, exactly. Like that's the type of things I was like thinking about.
The thing
so.
I always love about those timepiece movies is the continuity that has to go into it. Like the cars have to be, furnished, and the set has to look right. Like no one can have like a cell phone or something. It's just like
Yeah.
that's got to be so hard. Like I can't imagine the amount of work just for the set design. So I always enjoy that part of all
You
those movies.
appreciate that.
Yeah, especially now having done some video editing, and of course my video editing is very low.
Yeah, David,
compared-
you're just
you
like
and
the Coen
Spielberg,
brothers.
and,
Basically, they call me the
You're not
director.
getting paid like them.
No, unfortunately, I'm not.
One day.
We also saw another
One
movie.
day.
I thought. We also saw another movie about the same time you guys saw it. We saw Zoolander.
Oh,
We saw
yes.
Zoolander
The day
2.
after we
It's
saw Hail Caesar.
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am a very big fan of Zoolander. I love that movie.
Definitely a cult classic.
Yeah, sure,
Zoolander
definitely.
2, not good, and not it relies on a lot of the the gags from the first movie, which is fine. It's hard to do a sequel to a comedy. It's like look at Anchorman 2. It just wasn't very good.
Yeah, but I think it wasn't good because of all the callbacks to the old jokes and stuff.
No, I know.
It's like Hangover 2. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, but also they're like you're always a prisoner to like we talk about this with like Walt Disney. What else do you got? You have to step it up. Like that's the problem with you just said it. What's that movie?
Anchorman?
No, the
Hangover.
Hangover. They have to like step it up, keep stepping it up. Anyways, in this movie, the two best characters are Will Ferrell's character, and then
Got to.
yeah, Mugatu's great in it, and then Kristen Wiig. She plays this like
Fashion designer or
Eastern
something.
European fashion designer, and she wears like she puts Lady Gaga to shame, like some of the stuff she wears, which is awesome.
Does she wear a meat dress?
No, she wears you saw it.
Oh, I did.
But she looks like this. She has a weird kind of accent.
It's like really thick, right?
And then she says stuff, and they're like, "What? What did you say?" It's great, but they're not in the movie enough.
Right.
And I don't know. The thing too that I noticed is Ben Stiller, like he looks the same. Him and Paul Rudd don't age. Like they have looked the same since Clueless.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how young those guys look. So that's what we did. You guys, since they talked about games, you playing any games recently?
I started the expansion to the Whatcha, which came out in October, but I just now got to it because there's just a lot of games to play. Heart of Stone, it's really good. That's all I can really say about it. I'm not really even doing the main quest right now. I don't want to bore the ladies, but it's really good. It's more The Witcher. It's more of a great game. Yeah.
Did you
good
pick
stuff.
up, speaking of DLC, did you pick up the DLC for Fallout 4 yet? Did you buy it?
No, I will get the season pass because it goes up to $50 in a few days or in a week now.
What are your thoughts on that generally? And this might go into what would you? Okay, so there's these things in games where you buy a game and then they'll come out with later downloadable content that adds more stuff to it. Now, a lot of companies will come out with multiple like packages of DLC, but then they have these things called season passes, which you can buy up front and you get a discount. So let's say if you bought it piecemeal as it came out, it would cost you $60 over the course of like 4 or 5 months. But if you buy it up front, it's $30. But they really don't tell you what they're gonna. They say we're gonna be coming out with DLC. Would you like to? You're kind of blind faith.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you buy that stuff or no?
Most of the time, no. But if it's for a game I know I will play, like Fallout 4, which even then it still wasn't as good as the other games, I'm still going to play a lot of it when the DLC comes out. I'll get the season pass. Only because normally the season pass discounts are like $10, right? Where this, they're like, we came out with more DLC than we thought. The value of the DLC is $60, so we're going to sell the season pass for $50. But now the season pass is on sale, or it's started out as $30, so you can still buy it for $30, get $60 worth of content, and then we're going to raise the price to $50 in March. So it's definitely worth it now because you get 50% more for your buck, right?
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, it's really hard for me to get it. Even like The Witcher, I didn't get the season pass. I just bought the Hearts of Gold by itself or whatever.
Because I got burned on a couple things. I bought the season pass to one of the Batman games, and it was all just garbage. I mean, it's
costumes and crap.
Yeah, it's like
that,
costumes and skins to certain things. What do you guys? Do you guys ever buy anything kind of on blind faith?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
So you guys,
I have
I
to
don't
know
have faith in
exactly.
life.
Amen.
What did you
Amen
say?
to that.
See, like I said, excited and scared.
I think Sarah bought like a microtransaction for this inside or what's
Thought
that game
Bubbles?
called? For that game you play, but only after like you were playing it for months for free, and then you finally bought like the microtransaction thing. So it just
Yeah,
goes
but
to
I
show
mean that's
that,
to buy like more little things to help you.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what I was buying though. It wasn't like
Right, that's what I'm
blind.
saying. But it took you that long amount of time before you
Oh,
actually
yeah.
bought anything for it.
I have to be sure. I have to be
Yeah.
positive about something. I can't do it.
I think that's my deterrent because it's like a rabbit hole. Once it pops up and says spend more, I'm like, oh, you need to stop. You're playing this too much.
That's when you know to
Then I'm
turn
like,
it
More
off.
lives?
delete
More
it.
lives?
Yeah, delete it from your phone now.
Yeah.
If I know I'm going to be playing the game, I'll get it. But most of the time, no, I don't. There's just so many other games out there.
Yeah, right now I'm playing Firewatch. This is a game for the PC. It's
Walking
also
simulator.
on I think it's on PS4 as well.
I thought it was just on Steam.
It might be. I don't know. But I'm playing on the PC. Essentially, it's one of... Okay. No, it's not. It's not just a walking simulator.
It's story-driven. There's no life. You can't die. It's very story-driven, walking game.
It's a story game, and it's really, really...
love story games.
No, but this is the thing the very first part of this game is... It reminds me of the movie Up. It's very sad. Very sad. Like, yeah, that's sad. It's... Oh my gosh. Well, okay.
But it's all text.
Yeah, but it's done in such
deep, yeah.
Yeah, the music in it, the visuals in it, it looks fantastic. Essentially, you're a newly hired fire watcher, like a ranger in a park, a national park, and essentially you like someone shooting off fireworks, so you need to like go and talk to them, and the decisions you make early in the game have effects later on in the game, and you're essentially living. I guess these rangers, I didn't know this, like rangers live in the outlook towers all summer.
He's not even a ranger. He's literally a fire watcher guy. He tries to deter the people from doing things like you said, fireworks.
Yeah.
And if they know, then he calls the rangers. But they mention in the game like the nearest ranger station is hours away.
So yeah, go take care of it yourself.
Yeah.
But there's some twists and turns in the game that are pretty interesting. I remember I was trying to get you to play this game. Probably the easiest comparison is a game called Gone Home.
Another walking simulator.
It's not that makes it sound so bad. It is not. It is a fantastic game. But I tried to get her to play it because I thought, you don't like to play like super heavy games, right? You're like Diner Dash is not like.
I play heavy board games.
That's true. No, but I'm saying video games.
Oh no,
like the twin stick thing. But anyway, so I wanted her to play it, so I started, and of course it has that creepy vibe, like you're in this house all alone.
And I thought that game was going to be because I played all the way through Gone Home, and I thought it was like dark room, open the door, creak. But there's nothing scary about that game. It's just I don't even know why it sets up that illusion.
I think, well, I don't want to ruin the game, but there are. I think it pays off at the end. It's that sense of unknown. Right?
Yeah,
I would say that's the thing. And Firewatch has some of that too. There's a sense of unknown. Some stuff happens, and you're trying to unravel what happens, and you don't know what's going on. So, but yeah, you were like, you do not like scary stuff, right?
Okay, so I think there's someone hiding behind every door.
Like
in my
real life.
So why I'm not going to play a game that's going to scare the bejeebers out of me.
I can't play games that are like I can't play scary games because normally when you play a game like that, you have the headphones on. You're like it's dark.
Yeah.
You're like concentrating on the thing. So jump scares. No.
It's the music.
I'm like
man.
$1 billion.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a heart
exactly.
attack at every moment. Like no, thank you. I don't want to bring that on.
All right. So now that we got through What You Doing, we wanted to, since we've got the wives here, we wanted to talk about some of the memories that make it so special to be married to us.
Happy memories.